Composers Johann Sebastian Bach and John Cage. Separated by more than 2 centuries and unquantifiable musical differences, the two might seem as incongruous as it gets. But that dissimilarity attracted the Boulder Bach Ensemble and Third Law Dance Theater to the idea of a new work that could find common ground for both the musicians and modern dancers. They called it Bach UnCaged. Bach UnCaged. What concept did you have in your mind?
The first thing I thought about was, they're very different. And then we thought, how are they the same? And then we thought that someplace in the middle we would meet.
I feel like the notes of both composers kind of floated off of the page and then floated towards each other in terms of the music and the sensibility that we're using with the dancers.
The Bach side has an elaborate quality, I feel like, which goes with the Baroque sensibility of the music. So there are lots of flourishes, there's sort of a more regal carriage. The Cage side is a little earthier, much more abstract, a little more neutral in the face, more about stop-start rather than through motion with the movement.
Third Law Dance's collaboration with the Boulder Bach Ensemble brings live music and dance together on stage. That's somewhat unique. Musicians, when working with dancers, are often in an orchestra pit. But Katie Elliott said that separation would not meet the company's needs.
So much of what the dancers are pulling from the movement is coming from the music. We start in the studio. Typically, I'm not choreographing to the music that we're going to do the final piece to. So it's very important when we're on stage to have the musicians there with the dancers actually in that collaboration. A lot of what you'll see in the live performance is happening right there. Like they have taken cues off the musicians at that very moment.
That give and take, or action and reaction, true to Newton's third law of motion, for which the company is named, dancer Gwen Phillips says, introduces a new dynamic to the piece.
It adds a richness and an energy that is not there when the music or the musician is not on stage with you. It's so much fun to be able to look at Zachary, kind of play with him a little bit. He is great at responding, he adds energy, he will change the quality of his music based on how he feels like we're playing with each other and playing with him.
Has this project changed the way that you hear either of those artists?
Well, yes. Every time I work with dance, the process changes the way that I hear. So what I find thrilling about performing, especially Bach with dance, I'm able to change the course of my phrasing and my timing and even my ornamentation and my embellishments based on what's happening physically with the movement. So the dancers are interpreting the sounds that you hear because I'm responding very much to their movement.
Why is the electric violin appropriate for this particular performance?
Concerning Bach, the electric violin is perfect for this space because I'm able to tap into the lute-like sounds where you have a bass voice and a middle voice and a treble voice, and they all are in dialogue with one another. So in a way, it's closer to the authentic period instrument of Bach than perhaps a modern violin with metal strings.
Unlike an electric violin, the prepared piano was available to Cage. He invented the instrument. It looks a lot like a traditional piano, but screws, bolts, pieces of wood, and other objects attached inside give it a different timbre and resonance. What you're hearing now is not John Cage's music. It's Marcia Schirmer improvising on the prepared piano. Generally speaking, Third Law identifies as a contemporary modern dance company. But
I would say it's more of a sensibility than it is an aesthetic.
It's very innovative, very athletic, very aggressive movement of contemporary dance. It does not look like ballet, though all of our dances are ballet trained in general. But it's Katie's unique style that we have grown over the last 15 years of our work together.
what can art do?
Art can save us from becoming a technological society in which people just feel that they're cogs in a machine.
We hang a clothesline up for the audience, and they can hang their own metaphors on that. and then take that away. And maybe it is a healing experience, maybe it riles them up in some way, but I think they can do something once they have that expression inside them.